afraid I have to intervene. You see, protecting a young lady in distress is the duty of every gentleman.
Professor!
Are you all right, Miss Fay?
Well, that's an entrance. Also, it looks kind of mystical out here, too.
Professor? What are you doing here?
Should be asking you the same thing.
We shall speak later. It's best we make our way out of here. Now then, which one of you is first?
Huh? They're not doing anything.
They're wearing the same robe as Kira was actually.
You think maybe your impressive stick work scared them stiff?
Was that supposed to be a stick joke as well?
Either way, now is our chance. Come, let's head into the forest. We should be able to lose them there.
I love how Maya, meanwhile, is looking like away from everything. Wait, what? Really?
Just throw us into a puzzle.
Sure.
The Great Escape.
That's a movie name.
Mysterious robed figures seem to be circling the area. Their lanterns allow them to see 3 spaces in front of them. Guide Professor Layton to the bottom exit, and guide Maya to the top exit. Keep in mind that whenever either of them moves 1 space, so will the robed figures. Get them both to their respective goals.
This is gonna be painful. Touch the arrows. Touch the arrows on the touchscreen below to move in the indicated direction. Touch the buttons in the middle of the arrows to change characters. Swap between the Professor and Maya and guide them both to the exits. You can also use the control pad or circle pad. This is gonna be fun. I can do solo espionage, but I'm more of a lone wolf than I am. Well, since Professor looks like he's in a bit of a jam. This is not going to turn out well. Oh, shh. Woo! Nope. That's not gonna work. Oh! Undo. Undo, please. Yeah, okay. Okay, there goes the Professor. Now let's get May out of here. How the hell do we do that? I do not know. What the heck? I can't move right? Oh, that's why I can't move, right? Golly molly! I'm stuck! Oops. Yeah, I'm stuck now. There we go. Jeez. Holy crap.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Man, it was harder to get out of there.
You should expect no less from a gentleman.
Professor Layton was not so hard. Also, look at that. 3K.
Well done. The professor and Maya managed to sneak their way out after getting caught several times. Now to escape the forest.
That's a relief. I don't see anyone following us.
Not quite, Miss Fay. I'm afraid we cannot be so sure just yet. It will be safer if we can continue on ahead. Now then, follow my lead.
You got it, Professor! Ooh. Where the heck are we? No, where the heck are we? Seriously. Well, before we go ahead... Okay, there's just there's 3 hint coins, but there is 1 hidden puzzle up ahead. Yeah, that looked a little suspicious. What the heck? Okay!
Interactive background, okay.
Alright, let's head on ahead. That was a stupid thing to say, but whatever. Village outskirts.
Quit dot me off! We should be safe here, Miss Fay. Are you hurt?
Nope, I'm right as rain. Thank you for saving me back there. You look like you're all back to normal, Professor. Not as shiny and way more talkative.
What do you mean by back to normal?
You were turned into gold, Professor. Someone cast a magic spell on you.
A magic spell? On me, you say?
Let me refresh your memory. You remember the witch that appeared when you were in Belduke's house, don't you?
Indeed. So you're saying that was when a magic spell was cast on me?
That's right. You were super golden and super shiny.
Super shiny and golden. Most fascinating.
Do you not remember any of that?
Sadly, I do not. To tell the truth, I have no recollection of what happened to me then. It seems I lost consciousness immediately after that witch appeared. And when I regained consciousness, I was already in this forest.
Huh. So then, do you think that maybe they carried you here after the trial?
After the trial? Then that must mean...
Yep. You were the unfortunate victim of witchcraft in the trial, Professor.
How extraordinary.
Extraordinary, I think, is the wrong word there.
Miss Fay, could you please bring me up to date on everything that happened after my disappearance? What about Luke and Mr. Wright? Are they okay? I recall Luke and I heading to Sir Belduke's house. We thought you and Mr. Wright were in danger.
Yeah, I think they're all right. So much has happened. Where do I even start? And so, the story begins. And so, the story ends.
Did you hear that correctly? You say that one of my arms broke off.
Yup, the right arm, snappo! That's one way to put it.
And so, Miss Fey, you were charged with using magic.
Yup, that's right. And then Luke cried his little eyes out, and then the parrot on Luke's head testified its little beak off.
That must have been quite the sight. But I must say, this situation has certainly piqued my interest. I see. My apologies, Miss Fey. Had I had the strength, at the time, I could have been of more help.
No way, Professor. You saved me just a moment ago.
And quite the close call it was. By the way, Miss Fey, why are you in this forest?
That is a very good question. Nick managed to prove my innocence, but I still ended up being thrown into the fire.
You were found innocent, yet still sent to the fire.
Well, anyways, so much weird stuff has happened since then.
It would seem so, yes.
But it's strange. There must have been more to that cage I was trapped in. Like a trick or something.
A trick?
Yeah, the cage dropped down through the chamber and then came to a stop just above a wagon. That wagon was how I ended up here.
It would seem there is more to that fire chamber than I originally thought.
Then when I saw those things, I tried to get away. But as you saw back there, they found me. I thought I was a goner.
And that is when I appeared. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
Is something the matter, Miss Fey? You never dot me off. I'm always the one that dots everyone else off.
It's Nick. He must be worried sick. I mean, I was thrown into the fire right before his eyes.
Yes, I'm also concerned about Luke. However, I believe Luke and Mr. Wright are certain to sense something is amiss and solve this mystery. We're sure to all meet up again soon.
Yeah, you're right, Professor.
For the time being, let's investigate this place as much as possible.
Investigate?
Indeed, this forest appears to be full of secrets. First, I was turned into gold and awoke to find myself here. And then you, Miss Fey, were transported here from the courtroom under the illusion of having been put to the fire. Perhaps this forest.
Oh boy. Cue creepy music. Uh-oh! How'd they manage to find us so fast? What should we do, Professor?
It appears they were lying in ambush. I'm afraid an altercation here is unavoidable.
These guys look like they've been hitting the gym. That's not a good thing. They're a lot bigger than the others. That one looks really skinny, by the way. Like, look at it. Why is this like so skinny and then you're like a fat face?
Indeed. Leave this to me. Now, please step back, Miss Fey.
Knock him into next week, Professor. Uh-oh. You were given a task to carry out, were you not? So what exactly do you think you are doing? Answer me.
Forgive us, O great witch.
What? That's the witch from last time! What's she doing here?
Now, isn't this a strange sight? 2 visitors from the witch trials, a victim and an accused? Strange indeed. Come again? It was your fault we were part of those trials in the first place, you witch!
Oh, good one. Good one, Maya.
My, this one has some fight in her. Relax, I do not plan to harm you two. This marks the 3rd time we have met. Tell me, what exactly are you planning? What? Professor, you two have met 3 times? Yes, I first met her in London, prior to arriving in Labyrinthia, of course. That's right. Now, enough! Stand down! These 2 are considered guests. You are not to lay a finger on them. Is that clear?
Wait. What?
Make sure the rest of the Shades get that message. Shades? Are they those creepy people in the weird robes? Yes, mistress. As you command, O great witch. Great witch? There is no need to be alarmed. You may relax. I'm afraid I cannot oblige. Not as long as you are here. Tell me, what are you? You know from what I hear, you're a big fan of solving puzzles and mysteries, are you not? Then, by all means, go ahead. You are free to investigate the Eldritch Woods to your heart's content. The Eldritch Woods? The answers to your questions are here. You're free to seek them out. Then you do not plan on having us captured? You'll have to excuse the Shades' earlier behavior. They can be a bit overzealous at times. They were simply doing what was requested of them. Their task, as they call it. Anyone lost in these woods is to be made a member of the Shade family, as it were.
Oh, man, that kind of gives the creeps. If anyone... Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time. I'm getting a very big vibe of Ocarina of Time here. If anyone has ever played the game or done the quest for the big run, sort of that, there's one part of the quest where you have to get mushrooms back to this one guy, or mushroom powder back to this one guy in the forest, and one of the Corkery say that everyone that wanders into the forest becomes a Stalfos, which is those skeleton guys. So, pretty much, I get that sort of vibe from it, which is kind of creepy because you become like one of them sort of things.
A member of the Shades? What does that mean? Like I said, you should seek out the answers for yourselves. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have another engagement with a visitor of mine. A visitor? Until next time, Professor Layton.
Are you gonna vanish? Like... Well, I wasn't expecting that kind of vanish, but that works. I was expecting smoke.
She disappeared. Let me look over here.
Dot off.
So, Professor, the Great Witch they mentioned, they must be referring to her, right? She has to be Bezella. The Great Witch, Bezella. If that woman were her, then that would make Eldritch Woods the home of all witches.
This just keeps getting curiouser and curiouser. So then that means the shades, or whatever, are witches?
That is what we must find out. I believe there may be a very important clue, or two hidden within this forest. There must be some reason why this forest has been kept a secret from the citizens of Labyrinthia. I also must wonder why this great witch is simply allowing us to do as we wish. It is slightly concerning.
Well, if there's no point looking a gift horse in the mouth, I say we take her on her offer and check this place out. That way, we'll rack up a ton of clues by the time we reunite with Nick. And since we'll be working together, I'll act as your temporary Luke. Right you are, Professor.
Well done. Thank you very much, Miss Fay. Now then, let us begin our investigation.
Yes, sir. Let's go, Professor. Yeah, I'll even do that accent. No, please don't, Luke. Well, we got 2 mysteries solved right now. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th that hasn't even been revealed yet, though. Alright, so the storyteller, Espella's father, the storyteller who writes the story that controls the fate of all Labyrinthians, considers the presence of the professor to be a form of corruption. It would seem that the storyteller has removed me from the story. Where is this tale of his going? Golden Layton. It was none other than the professor, having supposedly been turned to gold, who saved Maya from her fate. He says he had lost consciousness after his confrontation with the Great Witch. A gold statue of me. That's something I would quite like to see with my own eyes. Alright. You! I want you to talk to me. Shade. What? What? You shy? Excuse me. We wanted to ask you a question real quick. What exactly do you do in this forest?
We live to serve the mistress and carry her orders. Our tasks. The mistress speaks. We obey.
Tasks? Is that like your job?
Yes. My tasks is to assist all newly initiated shades.
Assist newly initiated shades?
That must have something to do with what the Great Witch said earlier. Anyone lost in these woods is to be made a member of the Shade family. Although my task is made much more difficult when they run away. Why do they always run away?
I don't know. Is it because you're wearing a creepy gas mask? A gas mask with creepy robes with eyes on them and can't even see your face?
But we will not chase after you again. It is the mistress's orders. I see. So you do everything the Great Witch commands.
Hey, I bet you guys are always fighting over the good tasks, huh? Who'd want to get stuck with doing the Great Witch's laundry? Seriously, though, you guys were really close to turning me into a shade earlier. I'm seriously glad the professor came along when he did. Plus, if you're a witch, you can't really turn the professor into a witch unless you're a warlock, like I said, but since warlocks don't exist apparently in this game. Alright, so there's actually 4 hint coins here. That's gonna be a different number than usual.
Could these pots have been used in some sort of ceremony? There's no mistake. These are certainly very old.
I bet you're just dying to check out these relics, huh, Professor? Okay, let's see. We got one over there. One over there. And one on the tree. But there should be a hidden puzzle here.
In reality, this tree is really two trees grown together. Its twisted structure is simply fascinating.
Yeah, there's a place in St. Augustine that has one of those, actually. It's kind of cool. It's like a palm tree and one other tree stuck together, but it's grown for so long that they've actually become one tree, so kind of a cool little thing. If you live in the United States and visit Florida, go to St. Augustine. They have the best pizza there. It's a place called Pizza Alley. Oh, me advertising for a place that no one's probably ever heard of or anything. That's the trunk. No, wait! That's a branch? A root? This tree's a jerk. Let's go. What? Check out the branches on that tree. It kind of reminds me of a stadium dome, minus the stadium.
Indeed. It would appear this arrangement of branches is natural, simply remarkable.
There's supposed to be a puzzle around here. Oh! Where was that? Where was that?
Aha! Found you!
You know, Professor, I was thinking, you said you woke up in the forest, right? The shades were on me this minute I set foot here, but they never went after you. Why is that? I already told you, because he's not a witch, or he's not female, so can't become a witch because he's not female.
That is true. I seem to recall waking up inside a cell of some sorts.
Did you say a cell? How did you manage to escape?
Fortunately, it was not a cell of the metallic variety, Miss Fay. Take a look over there. Do you see that entrance covered in vines?
Oh, I get it. So you must have hacked and slashed your way to freedom.
Well, I wouldn't say hacked or slash anything, or I hacked or slashed anything as such. All it took was a single cut to unravel my way to freedom. Allow me to demonstrate.
Oh god, are we doing another freaking rope puzzle that I'm gonna fail? That's just fine. It looks like it because the last rope puzzle was 25. A number of intricately woven vines have formed a fence, blocking the professor's path. Simply cutting just one of these vines should unravel the entire fence and clear the path. Which vine should be cut? Okay, so after looking at everything, it looks like I believe this one's the answer because this one extends down here and down here and down here and down here and down here. And this down, 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 and down, down, down. So pretty much it, like, is the longest one, and as you tell, it makes enough to cover the entire person. So let's check that.
I've already seen the answer.
Yeah!
That was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
No, it wasn't.
Divine work. Cutting that vine made an opening big enough to walk through. Now then, shall we press on?
Yes, let's press. Whoa! You sure showed that fine who's boss, Professor.
A single, precise cut is far more proficient than swinging around haphazardly. After I freed myself, I began to investigate the forest. Not long after that, I heard someone cry out.
Yeah, you mean me?
Right you are, Miss Fay. I'm glad you were okay.
Uh-huh. And okay, I was, good sir. So I guess you're still in the middle of that forest investigation, huh?
It would seem so. Shall we press on, then?
Yes, we already just said, let's press. Yeah, it's on now. I'm gonna cut these puzzles down to size with the power of my mind. Okay, let's move on, shall we? Let's see. What's this? Village outskirts. Shades Village East. There's no hidden puzzles. But there's 5 coins. Holy crap.